Now, you got out of prison and everything. How did you get into art?
So
How did you decide
I always, since I was a kid, I always doing.
Oh, I meant
painting.
like, how did you decide that for the rest of your life, your focus was going to be art, and then you thought, this is it.
Anyhow,
I'm going to do painting for the rest of my life.
anyhow, after I get out of the prison from States, I was deported, right? Of course, the Taiwan is home. They don't have to deport me because I was set up and I paid my ticket, flew over there, and step into their trap, right? Get caught. But after I came back, they deport me. Then I think I was not in a drug. I was not doing anything. Right? I was just buy and sell fish, right? Just like buy and sell salmon, right? So why or rice? But why I deserve that? So anyhow, maybe I have to blame on my previous life. But anyhow, I decide not to spend my life on those big business. So therefore I opened up small bar or
So
restaurant, and
keep a low profile.
Right, low profile, and do my painting, and the space, the wall of the bar or the restaurant will be my gallery to show my work, right? And of course, at the same time, I acting as advisor to the big consortium, right? And in Taiwan, at the early days, I was advisor to Co-Pacific Group. Like, the Jinhuacheng is one of their subsidiary.
Yes.
And my good friend or the big boss of Co-Pacific Group is Shen Qingjing Xiao Shen, right? The Jinhuacheng, right? Or Weijing Jituan, the Co-Pacific Group.
Yes.
Then also literally, I work, and I'm still acting as a business advisor to Joseph Garner, the facade group in the whole world. They design and install the best, the most sophisticated facade, such as Taipei 101, such as Jingmao Building in Shanghai, such as Morris Tower in Shanghai, such as early days like the Opera House of Sydney, or like Museum of Mercedes-Benz in Stuttgart of Germany, like anyhow many substantial one in Hong Kong, those high-rise building, Bank of China in Hong Kong or whatever.
Well,
Many
I see
of
that.
them.
Yeah,
Right.
I see that. You do cover a whole variety of different kind of art. I mean, themes. Like actually, you have a collection here in your book, right? And
This, yeah.
yeah, that's right. This is the Guanyin.
This one is释迦牟尼.
I'm sorry.
释迦牟尼.
Okay.
Buddha, anyhow.
All right.
释迦牟尼.
Yeah.
Right.
See, so not just Mao or
Right. Chiang Kai-shek, right?
Or Chiang Kai-shek, but there's also of the Buddhas, like Buddhism, and
Right.
you also have female profiles.
Nude, right?
Yeah, in nude.
Right.
Do you know where?
Let me try to find
You've got
it.
some really, and then of course, the red ones. That's it. And then of course, landscapes. And here we go.
Yeah. These
these
two you
ones.
can.
Nice red background and calligraphy, beautiful
Right.
calligraphy, and also a nude, female
Right, and
nudes.
this, right?
Yeah. So, and then there's landscapes. How did you decide on these themes? Well, actually, it's just
Anyhow, so those women, whether they are those nudes, whether they are Chinese or Westerner, I have no idea. But the background, you see the writing, the calligraphy, that's Chinese.
yeah.
So it's a blend of West and East, Chinese and West, right?
Westernese. Okay.
Right. Right.
But interestingly, though, you're saying that about 90% of collectors of your artworks are from abroad.
Right.
Why is that? This is really, really interesting.
I think it's basically the art training between the Westerner and we Chinese or Taiwanese. Totally, there is a big gap, right? Historically, the Westerner, they are more sensitive to art and beauty. So it's rarely you walk into someone's office or their house, on the wall there is no art. Everyone have painting, either a good one or a bad one, either a print or a genuine, right? But in Chinese, or in Taiwan, most of the family or in the office, you see bare wall or wall with some very goofy kind of display or hang up there, which don't work together with the surrounding. Right?
Yes.
So I would say maybe Westerners are more sensitive and they love art which are Chinese but also Western related, right? So you can see the element of my art are Chinese, but the way I express that is more in Western skills or Western method. Right? So I think they love it because of that.
Okay.
So it's really have a piece of art because in Chinese, in Taiwan, most of them, they love my brushwork, right? But the Westerner, they not only like my brushwork, but my other work, they especially love it. It's difficult for me. You want to call it pop art or whatever.
Art.
I have no idea. The art is art. So it's difficult for me to give them a definition or to categorize them.
Pop art, that's a combination of Western
or political art or art, with Buddha head or Guan Yin, but nothing is religion related. But of course, have it's a Buddha head, right?